Welcome to this week of Beanie and The Boom. We got a very special show. We're going to call it a special show because right now we are filming. If you guys can't see, we're filming from one of the best stores, not just in the city of Columbus and the state of Ohio, but around. If you watch the show, you probably see me in these shirts all the time. We're in the great HOMAGE.
Yeah.
HOMAGE.
One of my favorite stores for sure.
There's no question, man. How can you not love HOMAGE? When you go there, they got so much stuff, so many classic shirts, so many classic Ohio State T-shirts from wrestling to NBA Jam. I mean, any sports team you probably can imagine, they have it in here. And just the classic T-shirts, man.
Yeah.
I love it. The quality is so amazing. I'm glad to be here today, man.
I'm so glad to be here. I mean, HOMAGE is one of those stores, they're so creative and do a lot of different things with their shirts, man. It's not just about, all about Ohio State. Of course, they got a whole bunch of Ohio State stuff, but they do a lot of different things.
You see the Buckeye donut shirts. I mean,
Yeah.
you see everything here.
And what's sweet is they got hats, they got socks, they got sweatpants. I mean,
but
it's the store that you need to come to if you need some gear.
Oh, without question. And while we're here in the store of HOMAGE, why not have a show where we pay a little homage and we break down our all-decade team here at Ohio State. And all-decade, we're going back to 2010 to now, looking at some of those phenomenal players that we've had at this great university and at this this juncture under – this is kind of – splits a little bit of the back end of the Jim Tressel.
Yeah.
And then goes into the all Urban Meyer years. I mean, so we're going to have a lot of players that we are breaking down. And also what we're going to do is going to take a little bit of time and we're going to break down who we believe are our top 5 Buckeyes in the National Football League. Not in the National Football League today, but National Football League history. Because we had a whole lot of players be able to go in that league and ball out. A couple of Hall of Famers on that list. I don't know if any of those Hall of Famers make my list per se. But, boom, man, we got some damn good players that are in that league right now and in years past that we're going to be ranking and breaking down.
Hey, it's funny that you say that, man, because I was just thinking about, some of the guys from just the Northeast Ohio area that have played, not just at Ohio State, but went to the next level. And we got a couple Hall of Famers just from Northeast Ohio.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, one of the guys, Paul Warfield, came from our high school. I mean, I'm sure you got a couple guys in the Akron area. And I just think about another guy, rest his soul, Corey Stringer, who's a guy who, if he finishes his career, I mean, he could probably have that type of. Oh man, yeah. So it's gonna be interesting to see who our top 5 guys are, in a decade of, well, not in a decade, but in the history of time of playing in the NFL.
Man, when you look at it, Ohio State has always been one of those schools that, they can go out and get the cream of the crop. And it's one thing to be able to go and do that, but the fact that we've been able to do it year after year, dating back, 40 years, 50 years, and not have that drop-off. Yeah. You look at now in the landscape of college football, you see Texas, they have a drop-off. You go back and you look at Alabama. Before Nick Saban gets there, they have a huge drop-off.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody's talking about it. Clemson.
Right.
Became has a huge drop-off, and they just
became relevant.
Exactly. There's so many universities out there when we're talking about college football that – they are big-time universities, but they have that dry spell. USC is another one of those universities that has that. And when you look back at Ohio State, you can say they wasn't necessarily winning national championships under Coach Cooper, but he had some of the best teams assembled here at Ohio State.
Right.
So from that aspect, I mean, bro, Ohio State just fell off the face of the earth to where you knew that, they're going to be an all right team and they're not going to be a team that's competing for the Big Ten. No, it was never that case.
Yeah. I don't know the last time that we didn't make it to a bowl game. That has to be – it has to been –
Yeah, I got no clue.
Even the year, my last year when, when we went through the whole thing and we only went 6 and 7, we still was able to make it to a bowl game.
Right.
But that was the last time I can remember Ohio State having such a bad year like that.
Right.
I mean, since then, I mean, we've been freaking rolling.
Oh, man. Just the coaching staff. And I really wonder what it is, too, because we're in the Midwest. We're in Columbus.
Right.
Columbus is a great city, but from the outside looking in, when you look at all the players just outside of the state of Ohio that have come here, I wonder what it was that drew them to this place that say, you know what, Ohio State is a place I want to go and I want to make my mark. I mean, you can go back to legendary coaches, like Woody Hayes, but it still had to have been something to say, Man, I want to go in Columbus. And Columbus wasn't anything like it is now. Ooh. Hell, 20 years ago, let alone 30 years ago when we got some of these all-time greats.
Even when we was in school, though, I mean, just the city has just changed so much. I mean, you look at the downtown area, the Short North area, it wasn't a lot going on. I mean, it was some stuff going on, but it wasn't a ton
Not
going
like
on
this.
how it is now. I mean, it's crazy, man. You know, and then you think, like, guys really got to stay focused around this area now because it's like it's so much going on. There's so much activity and stuff. And you think, like, when we was in school, we used to think it was, you know, it was pop, which it was popping.
Right. I mean,
don't get me wrong. But now it's like,
popping,
hey, it's a whole nother level, man.
Right.
What's crazy is it ain't gonna do nothing but just keep growing, getting bigger and bigger. And
do you see the high rises they throwing up just on every freaking block down here, man? It's nuts. So now, you know, with the track record that we've had with players going to the National Football League, with the coaches that we've had winning the national championships, Jim Tressel, Urban Meyer, and then us being in position to probably get there a couple of more times and just coming this short to not being there. Now it's like reason. Yeah, I mean, you should be that team. You should be that deal that should be able to sustain. I don't see it going anywhere anytime soon. I just think it's so damn impressive, like I said, man, for us to not have had that dry spell and to be where we are today. With that being said, man, we got to dive in.
Yeah.
We got to dive in. We got to start ranking our all-decade team. And I don't know how we're going to do this. No, we're going to take too deep at each position. Too deep.
You can't go too deep.
Why can't we go too deep?
You can go too deep.
You got to have too deep when you ranking an all-decade team. We got to a starter and a backup.
Yeah, but I'm saying in the receiver room, we need to go 4. Offensive line, defensive line, I think we need to go 5.
Yeah, but I'm saying we got to go too deep. Who are we taking after that?
All right.
Or you just want to go straight up?
Oh, let's go too deep. So pick. All right, for quarterbacks, we're gonna take 2. Running backs, take 2.
All right, so certain positions we got to take more out.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Okay, got you. I got you.
Yeah.
All right, man. Who you breaking off this with?
So this is the thing. We gotta make this clear though. So if we're going, are we saying we're taking this quarterback while we got Coach Tressel? We got Coach Urban Meyer.
It don't even matter because
we got Coach Ryan Day.
So check this. So because it's an all-decade team, you don't just got to rank the players. You got to rank which coaches you taking with your all-decade team.
See, in my opinion, honestly, on offense, I'm gonna take Ryan Day. Just because.
Well, I mean that's your guy. That's who you got to take.
I'm taking.
So that's your first pick off the board. You gonna coach?
I'm taking. Offense side, I'm taking Ryan.
No, because you got to get a coach. You got to get one coach.
All right, I'm taking Ryan Day.
So your first pick, we doing like you picking a team now.
All right,
you
cool.
Picking your squad. Who is going to be Boom here? You're on the clock for your all-decade Ohio State team. You got to be coach the player. Coach. Who you got? Yeah. Come on now.
Dang, man, that's messed up, bro.
Who you taking? We got to get 5, 4, 3, 2,
Jim Tressel.
1. Jim Tressel off the bat. JT.
That's my guy. So
dang, but you just said, man, from an offensive perspective, I got to go Ryan Day.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. We got to make it clear.
We already clear. I mean, that's who you pick.
We made it clear now, but I'm saying as far as, okay, we're going to decade team. In a decade, we had 3 different coaches. So it could be a totally different. Okay, if you put this, say I want to put Terrell and Ryan Day's offense, bro, that's like crazy. You know what I'm saying? But
you already picked your choice. You got Jim Tressel. I don't think that's a bad get.
All right.
But at the end of the day, that's who you going. You decided to go coach first.
Yeah, all right, cool. I'm going with Coach Tress.
All right, my first pick, I'm taking Braxton Miller all day long. Give me Braxton Miller. He brings the juice. He can run the football. We know how electric it was. But an undervalued thing with Braxton, and because he was such a phenomenal athlete that people don't really realize, Braxton could pass the ball good enough to win games and good enough to make those big plays and good enough for some of these receivers we got on this list to be able to break down and put you in position to win. I'm going Braxton Miller, my number 1 overall pick, man, and my all-decade team.
All right, cool. But was we starting with coaches? Or it ain't matter.
Bro, I said that. I was very clear. I said that. I absolutely said that.
Bet. All right, you took Braxton. I'm kind of like you. I'm gonna go with Terrell because it's like Terrell was one of those guys. He could run it. He could throw it good enough. He made plays happen out of nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So him and Braxton Miller is kind of like the same type of guys. I mean, I ain't gonna say the same.
TP was good. TP was damn good.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about throwing the rock though. I'm gonna be able to take Braxton all day long, better than throwing the ball.
Okay.
I remember some of those passes, no slide against TP.
Yeah.
I remember I can only go off the 1 year that I played with him.
Well, you already took him. You already took him, so I couldn't take him.
Wait, what?
I couldn't.
You can take whoever you want. It's your all-decade team.
No. Once you take somebody off the board, they're off the board.
Oh, so that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
What you mean?
That's fine.
That's the whole point. That's the whole point of doing like a draft.
All
right.
right.
You took Braxton, so boom, he's off the list. I got to pick out of who there.
Done deal. Boom. I'm sorry, we're going running back. I got to take Zeke. My all-decade team, Zeke is this. You right there on that list.
No. Hey, I wouldn't take myself. You know why? I didn't even play 2010.
But that is my guy right there, man, because of when you break it all the way down, man, when you look at what he was able to do in 2015 was 2014 was nothing short of amazing from, week 8 on.
Yeah.
This dude just went on a tear and just nearly broke every record at Ohio State for the single season.
Right.
And I know in that national championship game, Eddie was over there sweating bullets because of what he did. And you were thinking like, damn, is this dude really at this point in time about to break the single season rushing record here at Ohio State?
Yeah.
I mean, so I got to go Zeke in that situation, man.
Hey,
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
What you sorry for, bro? I mean, Zeke he probably top 5, top 3 running back in Ohio State's history, man. He's the guy put up numbers, make big time plays. When it was time to shine, he did it. When the lights was on, he took care of business. You took Zeke. Next coming off the list, I gotta probably say J.K. for real.
So you J.K. All right.
I'm gonna go with J.K. because he's a guy who played as a freshman.
Right.
Had a great year as a freshman. Last year he had. It's crazy that he could say he had a down year, but he still rushed for over 1,000 yards. A lot of people don't understand. That's a tough thing to do.
It is, especially split players.
You know what I'm saying? Obviously, he has set himself up for a high standard and has big goals. But the guy's having an unbelievable year this year. He's strong. He's fast. He's a leader. He's a captain. He's a good guy on the field and off the field. So I got to go with J.K.
All right, man. All right. I see where you're going right there, but I'm going to dip in and I'm going to take Coach. I'm jumping out of this order right now, and I'm taking Ryan Day from my all-decade team. And I know people going to sit here and say he's ain't even had a 4 years of coach yet.
Well, hey.
Based off of what I see.
Hey, you see what I said at the beginning.
So right now, I got Braxton Miller.
You know what? We got to start writing this down.
Yeah, exactly. I gotta get a pen somewhere over here.
We got a Sharpie right here.
But I got Braxton Miller and I got Zeke and I got Ryan Day.
So
off the bat.
I got you.
That's dude. When you got those two pieces in place off the bat on the offensive end, it's like, all right, shit, pick your poison because we can run that thing. And that's another thing, man. We didn't even get a chance to see Zeke with Braxton Miller. Think about how crazy that could have been on our national championship run.
Yeah.
And I think the national championship run, it is more special because of what we were able to do with a backup quarterback coming there and win down the stretch and then, throwing JT in there on the fly in that situation. But, man, think about how it would have looked if we would have had Braxton Miller, Ezekiel Elliott in the backfield going.
Yeah.
So, all right, that's what I'm rocking with. Ryan Day was my number 3 pick, man.
Hey, it's crazy. I'm over here looking at all right, so right now we got Beanie with Ryan Day and Braxton Miller. I got TP. Oh, I got Coach Tressel, TP, and JK. If I'm looking at it on
did we go out of order? Because how you get 4 and how I get 3?
No. No, you got.
Oh, I got Zeke. You ain't right Zeke down there. Okay. You ain't right Zeke. All right.
Hey, on paper.
I'm kicking your ass.
You kicking my
ass. I'm whooping your ass. It's on my 3 picks right now. I'm gonna take it to you.
Hey, I almost want to go back and pick my quarterback over because I'm gonna be playing Coach Tressel ball. So it's like, man, I might need a real quarterback. Not saying that TP ain't a real quarterback, but I need a pro style quarterback maybe. Golly,
you up on the clock? Who you running with, man? What position group are you going for your number 4 spot?
Oh, so all right. I thought we were gonna go down the line, but
no, we don't gotta do that, man. We're picking off the bat. Now this is our team that we putting together and assembling.
All right, bet.
And we're kind of ranking those guys of importance and how we're taking them for us.
I'm gonna go offensive line. And I'm going to go. Let me see. I need a center, so I'm going to go probably.
I'm about to slaughter you, man. That's all I know. This all-decade team, Will, that I'm putting together is about to be so crazy. If it was real life, I probably would win, I don't know, 4 straight national championships.
He kicking my ass right now. I ain't going to lie.
I got Ryan Day as my coach. I got Braxton Miller as my quarterback, and I got Ezekiel Elliott as my running back. Those are my first 3 selections right there.
I wish you was up here the whole time because I feel like Beanie low-key kind of cheating. But
I ain't cheating, but hey, I took Ryan Day over Jim Tressel and over Meyer. Right, based off what I've seen right now. Hey, but based off of those 6 games,
you said that's what the fans was gonna say.
Based off of those 6 games, I gotta go with this man. Yeah, Jim Tressels won a national championship. Yeah, Urban Meyer's won a national championship, but I got to go. You taking Ryan Day? All right, let's go. That's what I'm about.
All right, cool. Of course,
you're taking all day picking your.
Of course, everybody gonna take Ryan Day right now because he hot. He flaming hot right now.
But boom, it took you 30 minutes to pick off your next pick. Come on, man. You're on your 4th selection.
All right,
who you taking as an impact guy?
As a receiver, I'm taking Paris Campbell.
Oh my gosh, this dude is. This is why I think at some point in my life I'm going to go and try to be a GM or I'm going to try to be a recruiting coordinator because I can evaluate talent, and especially when I got talent that's proven already. I can be a GM and pick these guys on paper. It ain't tough.
Go, man.
You look at this list right here. I'm going offensive line. You talking about you needed a center? Give me Pat Elfline, the Remington Award winner. Give me him off bat.
All right.
So that's my 4, Pat Elfline. That's my center. That's my base. That's who I'm starting with right there in my all-decade squad. Boom, you're looking like you're losing.
I'm gonna go with O-line. I'm gonna take. Let me see. Taylor Decker.
All right, man. That's solid. That's solid.
I had a left tackle, man. I need that.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna switch over, and I'm gonna take this defensive lineman. Give me Chase Young, man, on the D line.
Oh, you sucker.
As my defensive end, off the edge, rushing. Why wouldn't I do that?
No, it's a great pick.
And you know how I know that you're not even evaluating the proper way because you're like, give me you should already have these off bat, know who you're gonna get, and be ready to go, man.
Well, give me a linebacker. I'll take Shazier, man.
All right, man, that's a good pick. Shazier was a beast here. When you really break down Shazier's career at Ohio State, man, it was the minute he stepped on campus, I think a lot of people already realized how good of an athlete he was.
Hey, honestly.
And he was a slender, skinny kid.
I was just about to say that. The first time I ever seen Shazier, we was I think it was like spring ball. He was walking in with his parents. He had a turtleneck on. Bald head, skinny head, turtleneck. I said, man, who the heck is this dude walking in right here? I know he ain't about to come to Ohio State. Man, they like, man, he's the top linebacker, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, man, he skinny as heck, man. He ain't about to do nothing. Man, that boy got on that field beans.
Different story.
Flying. I'm talking about, man, somebody touch him, please. Do something. You know what I'm saying? Because dude is just doing whatever he want to do, man.
And he's one of those cats that got a motor, too. That's what
I'm talking about. He do
keep on going. And you know how you running up against somebody, Boom, and they don't look like they solid?
Yeah.
I've watched him. I haven't played against him, but I've watched people run up against him, and he look like a slender cat, and you think you about to, give him a little oomph and maybe take him back 2 yards. No. He look like a stout dude in the hole that you ain't about to knock back at all.
Yeah.
So I like that pick right there.
Yeah.
Ryan Shazier was definitely a beast, man. But I'm setting up my team for national championship success back to back to back. So in this situation, I got to go Joey Bosa. So give me, Chase Young, Joey Bosa off the edge.
Stupid already.
I could just throw a couple of pieces in place at the defensive tackle spot.
All right. I'll take Nick Bosa then.
When you look at the career of those 3 players that we just talked about, Chase Young, Nick, and Joey Bosa.
Yeah.
Now, which one do you believe has had the better career? Now, obviously, Chase Young has an entire, rest of the season to go through, but we saw Nick Bosa last year sit down some games because of the injury. And Joey Bosa, obviously, we know what he was able to do. Yeah. Who do you think is the better one?
Honestly, man, overall, the Bosa brothers, don't get me wrong, those guys are some great athletes, great players, got crazy motors. They can make a play whenever they want to. But I look at this kid, Chase Young, man. I just feel like he's on his own
He has all.
He's at like a level of like, and it's crazy because last year, there was some games.
Man, you over here not writing my picks down and all that stuff, man. Like, what are you doing?
You need to keep track of your own picks.
We only got one pen. I thought you was doing it all, man.
I was trying to, man, but I'm sorry. But the Chase Young, man, he on another level right now, man. And if I had to pick one out of the three, I'm gonna go with Chase Young just because he just.
He has the athletic element that I don't think. No, I'm not saying I don't think they had, but he's so freakish.
Yeah.
Now they was freakish too because they would just straight up bowl you over.
Yeah.
And just dominate you. But I mean, I don't think we got a chance to see enough. I didn't get a chance to see enough of Nick Bosa here at Ohio State.
No.
I know he's a beast. I know he's damn good, but I would have liked to see some more of him. But I'm taking Chase out of that bunch, man.
Yeah.
For sure. You just did your last pick, right?
Yeah, I had Nick. So
I took Joey. Yeah. I'm gonna look at this right here, and I'm gonna finish off. Not really finish off, but I'm gonna add pieces to my defense, and I'm gonna look at that secondary, and I gotta go with a guy who I believe at some point is gonna be the highest paid corner in the league.
That's crazy,
and I believe at some point he's gonna be.
Look what I put. That's who I was going for. I know that's who I was going to get him.
You gotta pick your picks, man, when you got your time. That's why if you know these guys are that good, but you gotta jump up and grab them. So I'm taking Marshawn Lattimore as my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, my 7th pick in my all-decade team because he's that good. And he had an exceptional career at Ohio State. I thought he should have been a top 5 pick coming out.
Hey, Will, I'm just looking at some of these names on this list, man. It's just
What's wrong with the names?
Nothing, man. As we're picking the all-decade team, man, it's just kind of funny. But all right, so you took Marshawn. That's a great pick. I can't even lie. That's a good one, brother.
It's taking him too long, Will, over here to do it. This is how I know he's not ready. He's not prepared.
I'm getting Bradley Roby.
You're gonna take Bradley Roby over the other names we have on this list for the secondary, and not even just the secondary. You're going.
You know what? My bad.
Bro, this is
Denzel Ward. I'm sorry. I'm taking Denzel Ward.
Man, and this is why I know.
It's at the bottom. Bro, the list's so long, bro.
Cool. It's cool, man. You take Denzel Ward, that's fine. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take me a wide receiver. We're going to take a little bit of break. We're going to take a little break because we are in HOMAGE on High Street in the Short North, and we have some people in here that we want to say what's up to that support us and support our show. So after this pick right here, which I'm about to set off, we're going to take a quick break and say hello to some people that are very special here. I'm taking Devin Smith. That's my first receiver that I'm getting right there. Devin Smith, and boom, I'm slaughtering you right now, man. But let's take a quick break real quick, and we'll be right back with the show. All right, we took a quick break. We're at HOMAGE on High Street in the Short North. We had to say hello to some folks because we appreciate them, and it seems like they appreciate us, so that's always a good thing. But diving right back into this draft, man, and what we're doing right now, we are drafting our all-decade teams at Ohio State, and I'm going to rattle off mine real quick. And I'm slaughtering Boom. And I'm going in the order in which I drafted these guys. I can't believe he was just going all willy-nilly with his selections. But I drafted Braxton Miller 1 overall. I drafted Zeke number 2. I even drafted a head coach number 3, and that coach was Ryan Day. I got Pat Elflein as my number 4 player, Chase Young as my number 5, Joey Bosa as my number 6, and I got Marshawn Lattimore as my number 7. Devin Smith is where I left off at my number 8, and that was my first wide receiver off the board. So, yeah, Boom, where you at, man? Let me know how you're looking because I believe that you're probably going to lose this game.
So far, I took Coach Trussell as the head coach. Took TP as my
See, he don't even sound enthused about his picks. Man. He sounds like he's dreading his draft right now.
Look, man, I took Coach Trussell as my coach. TP is my quarterback. JK is my running back. I took Paris Campbell at wide receiver. I took Taylor Decker at tackle, Shazier linebacker, and Nick Bosa for my defensive line. Man.
All right, so just so we're clear, I'm done picking defensive ends. Okay. I can pick 2 more defensive tackles.
Yeah.
So that's how we're doing it. So I got to pick 1 more running back. I get to pick 3 more wide receivers because we're picking a total of 4 wide receivers, correct? And then for offensive linemen, we get to pick 5.
All right, cool.
So, all right, that's just where we're at this juncture. So you're on the clock. So it's your turn to break down. We do get a second quarterback as well.
I'm gonna finish my D line. I'm gonna go with Cam Hayward.
That was solid right there. That was solid, man. That's a real good dude. When Cam first stepped on campus, I was here.
Yeah.
And you notice this big dude with this huge head.
Yeah.
And
Iron head.
And then you learn that he's Ironhead Hayward's son. It's like, oh, man, this dude better be that deal. But you can't have a daddy like Ironhead Hayward and not be that deal. But then I watch him practice, and when I talk about somebody who just had sheer grown man strength at 18 years old, that was Cam. And more than anything, I remember Boog, Lawrence Wilson, it was the defensive end of Ohio State, our best friend. I remember talking to Boog about Cam Hayward. I said, man, how's that new dude? He said, bro, he got a motor like I've never seen before. That's what he said. He got a motor like I've never seen before. Like he can go and cut 10 lines and then go cut 20 more. That's the size of Ohio State football stadium. That was Cam's motor.
Yeah.
And, dude, when he
was
played,
big as hell, man.
that was him.
Yeah.
Dude just walk in big. Cam don't even look athletic walking around because he wore his shoes so tight, they were so big. Right, exactly. He wore his shoes tight, super. I'm like, what are you doing, bro?
Right, yeah.
And he's just walking around campus. But when you watch him play football,
he's a football player.
He is a football player. And I ain't talking about like this freak athlete. Somebody just with a motor that's strong, that's just going to outwill you and outdo you. That's Cam Hayward, man. So I like that pick right there. Yeah. That was a beautiful pick. But boom, I'm going to continue to slide at you with my picks, man.
All right, cool.
Just know that at this juncture here, I got to shore up my other side of the football on the defensive end. And this guy.
You got two defensive linemen already.
No. That's on the defensive line. I'm talking about on the defensive end.
Oh, okay, all right.
I want to take this corner here. And because I believe he was undervalued, I believe if he would have been in a much better system, he would have thrived more.
Can I guess who you going to take?
Yeah, go ahead.
Gary and Conley.
No. I think this guy would have thrived more. Chimity Chekwa.
Yep, I knew.
Chimity Chekwa. Chim was so good, man.
Yeah,
and he really didn't get credit for being as good as he was. And when you really watch Chim play, Chim could play man.
Yeah.
He could play zone. And I think a lot of the breakdowns would be, the other people around him when you're in the zone system, which was predominantly what we ran here at Ohio State during that time. But Chim was one of those dudes. If he was getting beat, he could make up that speed. He can make up that coverage quickly. So I'm going Chim, man. Yeah. My two corners are Marshawn Lattimore and Chimity Chekwa.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in the back end. I'm gonna take Malik Hooker.
Okay, I like that.
I need a guy back there that could
safety,
look over everything. I think that's my guy, and Malik Hooker.
All right, man. Go ahead and take the pen right there, man. You can have that. I'm gonna go back on the defensive line. You mentioned you took Cam Hayward. This dude, I believe, was damn good. And he was he should have been a first-round pick. I think he got drafted in the second round of the Giants.
You're going down Hank.
I'm going Big Hank. Give me Big Hank on my defensive line. And my D-line right now, and my defense just in general is so damn good, man. Yeah. Jonathan Hankins. I got Chase Young on one end. I got Joey Bosa on one end. At my defensive tackle position, I got Jonathan Hankins right there in the middle holding the fort down. Boom, you ain't messing with me, man. This all-decade team that I have, and when I really put it all together and I talk about it and I give you who at the end, it's going to be like, wow. That dude knows what he's doing. We need to put him at recruiting coordinator here at Ohio State, or we need to make him a GM for the Browns because he knows exactly what he's doing.
I'm going to go ahead and get me another receiver.
Can I get the pen back, please? Thank you. We are sharing.
I'm going to go to the receiver room. I'm going to get my guy, DeVere Posey.
I'm going to take DeVere right there. That's a good pick.
Yeah.
Depot was a good athlete, man. He was faster than a lot of people thought. Big, strong, could catch the ball, can run any route.
The guy won the 400. He was state champion in the 400 in high school.
I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, the guy was, and he was a hooper too, man. He's like you say, he was a great athlete. He went through a couple quarterbacks. So I think if you put him in a Ryan Day system, I think he had a great career.
Right.
But I think he could have had one of those, maybe Ted Ginn type career.
Right.
You just never know, man. But
and that's one of the things too you got to really factor in is some of the guys that we had on maybe Jim Tressel's team and some of the earlier Urban Meyer teams, they necessarily weren't going to be the feature guy.
Right. Yeah.
So when you look at the wide receivers, I mean, it's tough because we got the talent.
Yeah.
But go ahead. What you about to say?
I was about to say. You know how it is though. You put a certain guy in the right system. You could talk about like the guy like Mike Thomas. I mean, Mike Thomas didn't have like a huge great. He had a good career at Ohio State, but he didn't have like that breakout.
You knew it could have been so much better.
Yeah, he goes to New Orleans with Drew Brees, and now this guy is like the #1 receiver prospect in the NFL right now, man. And so it's like it's all about getting in the right system, putting the guy in the right place, and he could excel and be great.
But give me that pen back, man. Give me that pen back, man, because it's my turn. and this is a guy at the receiver spot. I can't believe we're taking 4 receivers, but I'm still douse you. Give me Terry McLaurin. Terry McLaurin was so underrated and underutilized at Ohio State. Mm-hmm. And people can talk about Paris all day long. Paris was the big play guy. But the best receiver in that receiver room, I don't think it was close in terms of breaking down people, getting in the slot, going out on the edge, running routes. The best receiver in that room was Terry McLaurin. So give me Terry McLaurin. So I got Devin Smith. He's going to take the top off of defense. I got Terry McLaurin that can take the top off of defense, but he's really going to break your ass down in that slot. Yeah. So, yeah, boom. Go ahead. Take who you want to get?
I'm going to go to the tight end area because I need a tight end, obviously. I'm going to go
We're taking one of those, too.
Huh?
We're going to take one tight end.
Give me Nick Vannett.
Nick Vannett. That's a good take. Good take right there. But I still can't believe, like, you're going in this direction of choosing your players. I mean, you want to choose a tight end at this juncture where we're at in this draft with all of these phenomenal players, and not even just players.
Do you, bro?
Playmakers on the board. You know who we can go and get.
I ain't write that down. Let me write that down.
Let's write it down, man. Go ahead. Write it down. Take him. Do your deal. Do your deal, man. At this point in time, well, give me Curtis Samuel, man. Curtis Samuel. I got Zeke as my 1, Curtis Samuel as my 2. You know what I'm doing, man. You know what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. Go ahead, man. Curtis Samuel. And that's one of the crazier things is you look at Curtis Samuel, right?
Hey, you got a squad, bro.
You look at what he was able to do at Ohio State, how he balled at Ohio State running the football. You put him in the slot. He can go out and catch. Hell, he plays receiver in the league now, for Pete's sake. So you know what he can do in the pass game. But I remember being on the radio, and I remember talking about Curtis Samuel. And I said, man, he's a better runner than Zeke. And people thought I was like, what are you talking about? And what I meant was not a better running back than Zeke. Obviously, Zeke, him being a running back, is second to none. Well, he's second to somebody at Ohio State, and that guy just happens to be the 2-time Heisman Trophy winner. It's Archie Griffin.
Right.
But Curtis Samuel, when he got the ball in his hands, that's what I meant by runner. Mm-hmm. He can break you down. He can outrun you. He can spin move. He can do all these crazy things when he gets it in his hands. That's what I meant when I say he's a better runner than Zeke at that time. And people thought, what are you talking about?
Right.
But, yeah, I had to clarify that. Curtis Samuel is my guy.
All right, cool. You got Kurt. I'm going to go Los.
All right.
Take Carlos.
Carlos Hyde, man.
Yeah.
But you know what it seems like you're doing, man? It seems like you're just picking and choosing here and there based off of what I'm doing in position groups. Because, boom, you're missing so many guys, man. Give me that pin back.
There you go.
You want to explain why you're making your draft this way?
Well, actually, I thought we were going in a certain type of
order. No, we're picking our guys. We know how many we're getting.
Yeah. So
we're at like number 10 at this point in time.
I'm kind of all over the place right now.
Yeah, and so this is why you're not going to be very good, and people are not going to like the team. But at this point in time,
it don't matter because you know what I'm saying. You could have a high talent. Hey, you have all the guys that you need. It's all about what the coach going to do for you.
You know who I got as a coach?
You know what I'm saying?
Give me that coach's best attribute last season, Dwayne Haskins. Dwayne Haskins as my other pick, man.
All right, cool.
That's my backup quarterback.
Yeah, I know.
That's my backup quarterback. Mm-hmm. Dwayne Haskins. Braxton Miller #1. Dwayne Haskins is my backup. So I don't know how you're gonna just get away from that alone. Because boom, I mean, it's not many.
You know.
Man.
I actually need another offensive lineman, so I'm gonna go with Mike Adams.
Let's take a quick break real quick, but we got some more guys here. Come on the camera, guys. You fans of Beanie and the Boom?
There we go.
How you doing?
Good, man. How you doing?
Doing pretty good. What's your name, man? Ben?
Ben, what's up, Ben? How you doing,
I see you're
man?
a Columbus Blue Jackets fan. Are you a Ohio State Buckeyes fan? Oh, man. Oh, man. What about you? Are you a Buckeyes fan? Oh, and I'm willing to bet. Is that because of that? Oh, my gosh. Man, but you guys are here in Columbus. You're HOMAGE fans, though. All right, you're HOMAGE fans.
There you go.
We're fighting Irish fans.
Oh,
Okay.
man. Man. Okay, all right, I get it. But you're fans of Homage, so you're fans of us and you're friends of us. I appreciate you guys stopping in, man. And what we're doing right now, we're breaking down our all-decade team. I know Pops got you guys brainwashed as Notre Dame fans. You guys haven't had a good team in the past decade. Sorry. No, certainly, man. Thank you guys for stopping up, certainly.
Yeah,
definitely,
sure.
definitely.
Thanks
You
for
guys have
coming
a great
by,
one. Let's take a quick break real quick here. Diving back in, man, we had to not really pay any bills, but we had to pay homage because we are in homage here in the Short Enough on High Street.
And that's what we do.
Exactly. We pay homage not just to former Buckeyes and former players, but the people. You pay homage to the people that support you. And everybody here that comes through here, 90% of them are Buckeye fans, although we did just have a guy and his kids come through with Notre Dame fans, and we had to give them a little bit there and tease them a little bit, but nonetheless, I mean,
it's all love though.
Big time. Who's up on the clock, man? I just picked Dwayne Haskins. I think I was the last one there. Are you even writing yours in order, man? It's like a big slop, so you don't even know who you drafted 1, 2, 3.
It don't matter.
I think you're on the clock though, man. At this point,
no, I took Mike Adams.
Oh, you took Mike Adams and off his line. Okay, before we got off.
Yeah.
Big Mike was a beast. Very good. Mike, what was he? A second-round pick? I remember Mike came in, and we were getting ready to run. And I was like, man, you're just a big B.
Right.
And I said that to you. Was you there at that point in time? Mike can remember this. And I say that to him.
You called him a BB?
Yeah.
Why?
Because he was a freshman. And, this is my last year.
Yeah.
Was it my last? Did Mike come in with you?
No.
No, so it wasn't. So it was his freshman year, and it was my sophomore year. And I just wanted to test him. I wanted to test him and see what he was going to say.
Yeah.
And Mike said something back, and I was like, all right, cool. We got one. We got one. We got somebody that ain't scared to flex, ain't scared to say nothing. And here I am. I'm coming into, my second year, so I'm feeling like, all right.
You feel like you the man.
Right. Let me see who's who. So I said that to him, and it was like he said something back. I can't remember exactly what he said verbatim, but he said something back to make me think, oh, yeah, he ain't want to mess around with.
Made your hair grow stand up in the back of your head?
He ain't make it stand up, but, my. So you took Mike Adams. I liked Mike as a player. Second-round pick. Thought he was phenomenal. You're tidying up your offensive line, and I think at this point, man, I got a lot of playmakers. But I can't have enough playmakers. So give me Michael Thomas, man, as my next wide receiver off the board. And that leaves me with 3 wide receivers that I already have because I got Devin Smith, I got Terry McLaurin, and Mike Thomas. I only get one more wide receiver, and I'm okay with just about taking anybody after those 3 guys. So where you at, man? Where you at? And we just talked about Mike had a good career at Ohio State, good enough to be a second-round pick, but there was so much more there. And it probably could have been, a first-round pick easily?
Yeah.
So what was you going to say, man?
Did we get 4 DBs?
Yeah, we get 4. Are we doing 4 DBs? Yeah. We're doing a corner, a safety, and then 2 corners and 2 safeties.
Yeah. So right now I got Denzel Ward, and I thought I picked another corner already.
You did? I thought so. Oh, you want Malik, right?
Yeah, I got Malik Hooker. If not, then I'm gonna get my.
Oh, you did pick one. You got Bradley Roby.
Yeah. Nah.
Yeah, you got Bradley Roby down there, bro.
I was calling Roby, but then I said no. Then I took Denzel Ward.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, in that case, I guess I would take Roby then.
All right, cool. This dude who I'm about to take, man, because I want to finish up my secondary. This dude was a beast, and I can't understand.
I already know who you about to say, and I was gonna take him, but
I can't understand why he didn't play in the NFL. I don't know if it was. I can't remember if it was. You know what? It was injury. He was down in Florida, got into a situation, and I think he may have had like concussion for some time. But he was a straight beast. He came in with me, and I know you're probably sitting there thinking, how did you come in with you and make the All-Decade team? And I think he redshirted, and he was a guy that redshirted and maybe got a medical redshirt as well. But straight freak of an athlete and all over the field, Tyler Molar as my safety. Give me Tyler Molar right there because Tyler Molar was damn good. Give me that marker, please, so I can jot it down, man, and let you know the order in which I'm taking my guys. Because when you break this down, because I'm going to go in the order, at the end, when we get everything squared away, and you're going to be looking at me and you're going to be looking at Boom, you're going to say, man, what was he thinking? But yeah, Tyler Molar is my safety.
That's a good pick, man.
Yeah.
I like that. Let me see. So I'm gonna go with
It's taking you too long, man. It's like, come on, man. You got to be on the clock.
Is the clock ticking?
Yeah, it's ticking, man. We got
to get John Simon.
John Simon at your defensive end?
Yes.
All right, man. So your two defensive ends are what? Nick Bosa and John Simon?
Yes.
All right, cool, man. That's cool. I like that right there.
Hayward in the middle.
All right. That's a pretty good situation. But give me this individual right there in the middle as well, because I'm going to go defensive lineman here so I can finish off my defensive line, and I'm about to finish off my secondary.
Solly T?
No, I'm not taking Solly. Solly's my boy. But give me Adolphus Washington. Adolphus Washington was a second-round pick, was very good. Was he second or third? He may have went third to the Buffalo Bills. But he was good as heck here at Ohio State, man. Somebody you can count on, somebody reliable, somebody can stuff that middle. My defensive line is looking treacherous right now, man. Where you at, Boom? Where you at? What position group you
at? Where you at? So we got, let's see. Did I do my second running back? Yeah, I did Los now. Carlos. Right.
Come on, man. I don't know who you got. Yeah, you got Los already, man.
All right, I'm going to take Von Bell.
All right. That's your safety.
Yeah, my other safety.
So you finish off your secondary.
Yep.
You got Bradley Roby. You got Denzel Ward. You got who else?
Malik Hooker and
Von Bell. Okay, that's a nice secondary right there. But go ahead and give me that ink pen right there, because I'm going to strap up my O-line. And at this point, at this juncture where we are in this draft and where we are in ranking my all-decade team, I got to put together some of the best pieces that I believe are going to help me succeed. I got one Remington Award winner. Why not go get another Remington Award winner and decide to put that one at guard in which he played? Give me Billy Price.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Yep. So I got my center and my guard intact. Oh, man, you give me too much dead space in here, man. Come on, man. You got to study that hard.
Honestly,
you know who these players are.
I don't even know where. We didn't pick so many guys.
Go whatever position group you want to go with. Whatever one you believe can help you succeed and be good.
Bro. I got this.
You got to go right there. You got to go right there.
I got this. Oh, you know what? This guy, he ain't really. I don't even think he really played, but he was a freak athlete. I gotta go Deron Carter, wide receiver, man. I'm just going off the rip because
that's surprising.
Yeah, I mean it is, because dude was a freak athlete, but he just ain't
very
surprising. He ain't really get his chance like that.
Well, if you don't get a chance, I mean, that on you. We're talking all-decade teams at Ohio State. That's who you want to go with?
No, you're right. Let me cancel that one. Sorry, guys. Why you ain't put him on the list, Will? Golly.
What do you mean why you put him on the list? He was here. It was on the roster at some point in time. It's up to you to choose the right squad.
I need another receiver, man.
What is he doing, man? I think Boom's just going with guys that he knows.
Let me get Corey Brown at the wide receiver.
Which Corey Brown? It was two of them, right?
It was only one that played wide receiver, though.
All right. He was pretty good.
Yeah.
He was pretty good, man. Corey Brown, Philly Brown. Good return man as well and all that. So, all right, man, you're pretty solid there. You're pretty solid.
Let's getting thin, man.
It is getting thin. I mean,
real thin.
Are your wide receivers all squared away?
Let me see. I got Depot. Paris Campbell, Depot.
All right.
Philly. And I think I got one more.
You got one more wide receiver?
Yeah.
All right, man. At this juncture, I'm gonna take a guy who's probably gonna go down, and I'm gonna finish off my wide receivers, because at this point I got Devin Smith, I got Terry McLaurin, I got Michael Thomas. But this guy is another one in that mode of a Michael Thomas that can be a straight up bully at times, but he's probably gonna go down as a career leading leader in receptions here at Ohio State, and that's KJ Hill. Even though he hasn't just done crazy things yet, but when you got that many catches,
he been balling though. I mean, overall, and I didn't realize he had that many catches.
Yeah, you got that many catches, you know somebody's gonna be good, man. So give me KJ Hill at this point in time.
That's nice.
So my receivers are finished. My receivers are done. My quarterbacks are done. My running backs are done. My offensive line is coming together. My defensive line is done.
I need one more receiver. I'm gonna take Benjamin Victor.
Benjamin Victor. Okay. Yeah. All right. So at this point in time, man, I don't believe that I have another safety, and I'm looking and eyeing this list, and this is somebody who we just had on the Boom, Beanie and the Boom, the podcast, and little in stature, but when I talk about somebody who's going to bring that thump who's going to bring it.
He thumping.
Play in, play out,
Yeah.
and has the heart of a lion. Give me Christian Bryant, man. Give me that ink pen.
That's
Christian
nice.
Bryant. I'm going to
Christian-
take him on my all-decade team
And
as my
Christian-
safeties. And remember, when we're making these all-decade teams, he had his guys of players. So once he picked a player, I couldn't choose from him.
Mm-hmm.
So this is how we're doing it. We're doing like a player draft, essentially, for all-decade team.
It's funny that you picked him. We had him on the podcast yesterday, and it's funny because he was saying how Christian played corner in high school.
Mm-hmm.
When he got to Ohio State, he was playing corner, and Paul I can't remember who the corner coach was at the time.
It was Paul Haynes or Taver.
Taver was the cornerback coach, and he was telling Christian, like, man, you being too physical at the corner spot right now. You being too physical. So they actually took him from the corner spot and moved him to the safety spot because he was just one of those guys, like you said, he was a smaller guy, small frame. But dude was physical. He was gonna try to get his hands on you. He bringing that you know what I'm saying? So
That's what you want, man.
that's a nice pick, man. I mean, you got a couple hitters back there, man.
Yeah, man. I think the only position group.
Tyler Molar and CB.
So where you at, man? Where you at with your next selection?
Let me see. So technically, I got my receivers. I got my 2 running backs. Do we got 1 or 2 more picks, Bings?
Yeah, we got a couple. We got to show up at the offensive line because I don't know how many picks you got on the offensive line. I know I only have 2 guys.
Well, I got Mike.
Off
I
the
got
O-line.
Mike. I got Mike Adams and Taylor Decker.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go with. I'm going with big Justin.
Born?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
going Born.
All right, I
Yeah,
like
Justin
that pick,
Born.
man. That's a nice pick.
Yeah.
But give me a guy who I believe is very good, a guy that you got a chance to play with. Give me Jack Mehort.
No,
Yeah, man.
hold on.
Yeah. I don't know what you're doing. And how you're drafting, but
thought he was off the list.
give me Jack Mehort, man. Well, I don't know what he does. I don't know how he evaluates.
I'm
I don't
taking
know
B.
how he looks at
Listen, hold on.
the order of which selection he's getting, but he's not doing a good job.
I'm taking BB.
All right, Brian Bonner. Where you putting Brian at? You put him at guard or tackle?
Guard.
All right. You sure that's the direction you want to go in? You're positive. Some
So I
great
got
players on this board.
I got my 2 guards, Justin and Brian. BB. I got my tackles is Mike Adams and Taylor Decker, and my center. We'll go ahead and go.
Bro, are you – I just don't know what you're doing, man. I just don't know. Give me Andrew Norwell. He probably should have been a guy that should have been off this board a little bit sooner
Oh, I'm tripping.
for me.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
boom, you're just going with guys that you know by name. That's what I feel like you're doing, man. I feel like you're just being one of those guys that are selecting just because you know somebody and all that. Andrew Norwell has been so
honestly,
good.
I didn't even see him on the list, bro.
You got the list right in front of you. He just
He
signed
had
a
the- he
deal
towards the
last
bottom.
year and
Yeah.
got $30 million guaranteed. Like how?
He got that bag, yeah.
Man.
I missed
And
him.
obviously, we're going
I
off his
missed him.
career at Ohio State.
I missed
And
him.
you can go back and you can look at that because we are talking about careers while as a Buckeye, and we're drafting our all-decade team.
Yeah.
But, like, come on. How are you missing these individuals, man?
I'm going with Corey Linsley as my center.
Corey Linsley as your center.
Yes.
All right, man. Is that another just name you're going with? Or just because?
But all right, Corey nice, bro.
I'm about to slaughter you with this one right here, man.
I'm done with my O-line, though.
I'm not done with my O-line. I'm about to put it together. And my final piece to the puzzle on the offensive line is Jacoby Born. And Jacoby is one of the more slept-on Born brothers. I'll tell you that much.
Mm-hmm.
And because he wasn't the bigger guy and all that, he was a little bit shorter. But he was a damn good center. He was a fighter. And I'm taking him as my center. And I got Billy Price as my one guard, right? I'm pitting Pat Elflein as my other guard. Both of those guys play guard. And I know Andrew Norwell's a guard. I'm going to slide him to tackle. And I'm pitting Jack Mehort on my other tackle. My offensive line is phenomenal right now, dude. Those guys can move. So we're left, for me, I'm left to pick a tight end, and we got to get punter and kicker, and then we're going to break this thing all the way down. And, Will, I want you to give us, when we break this thing all the way down, I want you to give us the nod or just tell us who has the better team because I don't know
We
what
already
Boom
know
was
you got the
doing,
better
man.
team, bro.
But it shouldn't have been this way.
Relax.
It really shouldn't have been this way. And the
Jesus
crazier thing is
Christ.
we were only allowed to pick 2 quarterbacks. So there are other quarterbacks out there that are not on this list. Did you pick 2 quarterbacks?
Nah. I need one more.
Like, why are we getting to this point that we're getting to the back end of the draft and you're only picking your second quarterback at this point? I don't understand it.
Because you already got your 2 quarterbacks, so I'm good. I got
You got to pick 2 quarterbacks.
I know, but you already picked your 2, so
I'm saying, why are you picking 2 quarterbacks this late in the draft?
because you already have I got my one guy that I need, so I'm going late in the draft and I'm getting me a quarterback.
But we know here at Ohio State how important it is to have a backup quarterback.
Well, J.C. Bear is mine.
This guy's crazy. But you got to list an order in which you I hope you figure out which order you
Man, I do not know.
pick these guys, because that's going to further along prove how you are evaluated as a GM and a recruiting coordinator.
Okay.
Is the way you select these individuals. Now, at this point in time, I know I still got tight ends on the board, but I'm not going tight end. I'm going punter. Give me Drew Christman as my punter.
Okay.
I think that's important. Coach Tressel once upon a time called the punt the most important play in football. And I thought a lot of people thought he was crazy as hell for saying that, but it is very important. So give me Drew Christman.
Very important. All right, cool. I'm gonna go with a kicker. I'm gonna go with Devin Barkley.
Boom, you're just going off people that you know that was on your team. I can't believe you're still doing this, man. At some point, you would have thought it would have changed, but I guess not for you. It's you. It's whatever you want to do, man. It's your world.
Who you got,
I'm just
man?
living it. Give me Norrenberger, Sean Norrenberger, man. That's who I'm taking as a kicker. And you got to have another position right there that you got to pick from. So you got to go. See, you don't even know where you're at, man, on your guys. Like this.
Punter, I'm going Ben.
You going Ben?
Yeah. Buchanan.
All right. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine right there. And you're going Ben because you know him. Boo, come on, man.
Who you got, man? Are we done?
No, we're not done.
man.
Drew.
I'm done.
Yeah, you're done because you lost. Drew Christman. I got to pick a tight end. You got to have another position. If you went first, and I got to go last, right? You don't know where you're at?
Oh, I thought you was up. Who you took?
I'll take Drew Christman.
Oh, okay.
That was my punter. And I'm picking my last group, the tight end group, last. And I know it maybe sound a little bit disrespectful, but when you look at over the course of time.
We had to get 2 tight ends or one?
One tight end.
Yeah.
You look at over the course of time, Ohio State hasn't been a team that has featured the tight end. So I'm just going off of history. Going off history. The kicker's been important. The punter's been important. The tight end's been least important. And it's sad because we've had some phenomenal athletes, but they just haven't been featured in offenses. And I hate that. I really do hate it. I really hate it because of the fact I believe that so many times you could use a tight end, especially when it gets cold, the middle of the field, play action, boom, hit the tight end right over the top. Mm-hmm. You got him right there, right up the seam. And we've had athletes to be able to get those guys balls in space, pause. But nonetheless, we haven't been able to do it. Yeah. So who you picking with your last pick, man? So I can go ahead and pick my tight end.
I think I need one more linebacker. Or did I pick 2 linebackers?
I don't get. You know what? I don't have any linebackers on my list.
So I got.
That's one of the groups I did not.
I got Shazier, and I think I got Raekwon McMillan.
Okay, so I got to pick all 4 linebackers, and that's going to be good for me because I'm okay with my defensive line and my cornerback, my secondary set. The linebackers just go right in and fill in.
Mm-hmm. Do your thing, then, brother.
It's your pick.
No, it ain't. I'm done.
You just said I just went. I just picked Drew Christman, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have to go.
I said Raekwon McMillan.
Oh, okay. All right, I got you. All right, pass with that, man. Pass with that, then. All right, man. I'll take that.
I'm done.
Are you?
Yeah.
You sure?
I'm pretty sure I am.
We're choosing 2 linebackers or 3 linebackers. We got to choose 3 linebackers.
No.
You got to choose 3.
Oh, shit. Shoot, my bad.
We got to start in defense, right?
Okay.
I'm at that point making me Josh Perry. I like Josh Perry as my middle backer.
Cool.
Who you running with, man?
I got Ryan Shazier, Raekwon McMillan, and give me Malik Harrison.
All right. I like that one. But a guy that's not on this list, and I don't know why he's not on this list.
Will.
And why am I forgetting his name? Oh, give me Jerome Baker. No. I'm not taking Jerome Baker. I'm taking our guy, what they call him, Manimal. Darren Lee. Give me Darren Lee. Yeah. Darren Lee right there.
Hey, good call, Beans, because he wasn't on the list. So does that mean he can't pick him then?
No, I can pick him. He was on the all-decade team, man. We had a miscue right there. That's it. That's all. Josh Perry, Darren Lee is my backers so far. I get 2 more. And I'm about to give you another guy that's not on the list.
Do you get Marshawn or do I got Marshawn?
I got Marshawn. Like, this is why you gotta write him in order, man.
I know,
Which you taking him?
I think I put a dot next to all my guys.
All right, man. All right.
I'm done.
Are you sure? You can't be done because I got a linebacker and I still got to pick a tight end.
I don't know how.
My last linebacker, he's not on his list, but he's very good. Jerome Baker, very athletic. It's Jerome Baker.
So I got my 3 linebackers. I got my 2 quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
Terrell Pryor, JT Baird, my running backs. You got Zeke, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't forget.
So
you can't forget.
I got JK and I got Carlos. My wide receivers is Posey, Paris Campbell, Benjamin Victor. Now we get 3 receivers or 4?
You get 4 receivers.
Oh, I gotta pick one more.
That's what I know, man. I know you wasn't done.
Oh no,
I get the last pick.
No, I got 4. I got Corey Brown, DeVere Posey, Paris Campbell, Benjamin Victor. My tight end is Nick Vinette.
Mm-hmm.
My center is Corey Lindsey. My 2 guards is Justin Bourne and Brian Browning. My tackles is Mike Adams and Taylor Decker. My defensive line, I got Nick Bosa, sorry, because you got Joey, right?
Yep.
I got Nick Bosa, Cam Hayward, John Simon. I swear I picked one more. Maybe I ain't picked my 4th defensive lineman. I thought I did, though. John Simon, Cam Hayward, Nick Bosa, and I'm going to have to go with my last pick would probably be Sam Hubbard.
Sam Hubbard. That's a nice pick right there, man.
My linebackers is Ryan Shazier, Raekwon.
No, we don't want to do that yet. Maybe my last pick before we go do that.
Go ahead.
My last pick of the draft. This guy, I believe, could have been much better. But the crazy thing is, this dude was a 3rd-round pick, and he didn't even get a lot of catches at tight end. Jeff Ireman.
Yeah,
and like I said, I didn't value the linebackers or I didn't value the tight ends because I thought there were other position groups that I picked over them. But when you go back and you look at my all-decade team, I think you will be very pleased. And, again, when we did these all-decade teams, once I picked a player, Boom couldn't pick that player and vice versa.
Right.
So, at this juncture, what we're going to do, we're going to rattle off our starting group. We're going to rattle off our 2 deep. And you let us know whose you believe is the better.
Let's go by
offense
position first.
Position?
Yeah,
but we can do offense first.
All right, offense.
Offense, my 2 deep.
Quarterbacks.
Well, quarterbacks. My first quarterback taken, and I took it with my number 1 overall pick. That was Braxton Miller. My second quarterback taken, he was taken 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13th overall for me in this draft of the all-decade team. That was Dwayne Haskins. So Braxton Miller and Dwayne Haskins, one is 1 overall, and the other is 13th overall.
Verse, we got Terrell Pryor and JT Baird.
Who you give the edge to right there? That's what we want to know from you guys. Who you give the edge to? Chime in on the comments.
You said you're not a...
I'm not a huge TP guy, so I'm going to go with Beanie on this one.
Yeah, man. Cool. So, all right, man. I'm sure I'll win that one just about every which way we can, nonetheless. And I really want you guys in the comments, leave comments on YouTube, leave comments at LettermenRow.com, leave comments at HOMAGE. I mean, whenever you see this, leave comments everywhere about what you think of the all-decade team and the all-decade team in the past 10 years. And then let us know if you believe there's anybody that you feel as if we left off the list. Because I know there were some linebackers at the end there that we kind of were rattling and throwing together. But we're going running backs at this point.
Yeah.
Running back at this point in time, this guy was my number 2 overall pick, Ezekiel Elliott, and then Curtis Samuel. And Curtis Samuel was my 12th overall pick. So Curtis Samuel and Zeke, boom, what you got?
I got J.K. Dobbins as my starter, and I got Carlos Hyde as my backup.
Man, you got in a Jim Tressel coach team, you got Carlos Hyde sitting the bench behind J.K.?
Well, that was the
That's
way.
interesting.
That's the way I picked it. So
So you're picking him because who's your starter, right? I mean, that's what you would typically do, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. So let me move on.
hold on, Will.
That's a toss-up. I'm a big Carlos fan.
Okay.
Also Z. That's a toss-up. I'll give the nod to Boom on this one.
Hey.
Only because he feels sorry for you. That's the only reason why. Because he feels sorry for you at this point in time, man.
All right.
So we're moving along to wide receivers.
Okay.
My wide receivers were Devin Smith. I drafted Devin Smith 7th overall for me because I thought he was that good. Sorry, 8th overall for me. Devin Smith. I got Terry McLaurin. I drafted him 10th overall for me. And then I went on ahead and I got Michael Thomas, which I got him probably too low. And then I got KJ Hill. But those are my wide receivers for the all-decade team. I'm going to go Devin Smith, Terry McLaurin, Michael Thomas, KJ Hill. I got some guys in the slot that can slice you.
Yeah.
I got some guys that can bully you. I got some guys that can take the top off of a defense. Boom, where you at? And let me know if you're messing with that.
Yeah, you got a good list. For my group, I got.
How you doing? We got another guest in here real quick. How's it going?
I
All right.
got Corey Brown, DeVere Posey, Paris Campbell, and Benjamin Victor. I'm gonna go. I like to put DeVere.
I mean, you can have them all on the field at one time if you want to.
Yeah, I know.
We'll do some sets.
But I'm gonna set DeVere up first because I like Paris Campbell as the second guy because DeVere you know what I'm saying, big guy, you know what I'm saying, can make things open up for Paris. I think
All right.
it'll make Paris, get some more plays.
I'm not buying your logic and all that. But real quick, Boom, take a break. I want to bring somebody in real quick.
Okay.
Now, this is what's your name? Fred. How you doing, Fred?
Fred, how
Fred,
you doing?
good to meet you.
Yeah, good.
You don't
good,
mind
good.
going in on the Beanie and the Boom, the podcast, really quick, do you? Fred, how long you been a Buckeye fan?
Since forever.
Okay, so what we're doing right now is we're breaking down our all-decade team from the past 10 years. So you get 3 coaches to choose from, obviously, the past 10 years. And we're going to give you a chance to pick one player first overall. So who would you pick as your coach in the all-decade team? And then your number 1 overall player.
All right, so I'm a Youngstown Warren guy.
Okay,
Hey,
all right,
there you go.
right.
Stand up.
Okay, so you get Tress.
I like Urban a lot. He did so many good things for us, but Tressel.
JT's your guy, okay.
And then 1 overall player.
Yep, from the past 10 years.
Well, I'll tell you, Fields is climbing quick.
Okay, all right.
But I'm gonna have to.
We got so many phenomenal guys. I'm gonna let you
We
pick out.
ain't put Fields on
I'm gonna
there.
let you pick a. Fields is on there.
No, he wasn't.
Justin Fields is
Is
on
he?
there. He's right there.
Oh
Those-
my God! I ain't.
A couple of guys right there.
I always got to.
There's a lot of guys to choose from. First overall, this is the guy that you're gonna start your Buckeye career off with. You got your coach set, but now you got a player. Who you running with, Fred?
I gotta go with Zeke.
No, hey,
Eh.
that's my guy. That's my guy. Fred, we appreciate that, man. We really appreciate that, Fred. Thank you for stopping in.
Sure.
Boom. Are you finished breaking down your wide receivers? And Fred, you can continue to listen. And
Yeah.
Well, I want you to chime in at Lettermen Row and let us know who we're missing in these groups.
But I was hoping to get something signed by the best 2 running backs that I can think of.
Whoa.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You were awesome.
Hey, there it is. right there.
100%. Yep. Get this sign for.
I got an opinion or 2.
Thank you so much, Fred.
Thanks,
All
Fred.
right.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Other stuff here, I'm hoping you guys don't mind.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Once, as soon as we finish up breaking down this list, we definitely will.
All right, cool.
All right, Mr. Your wide receivers were?
DeVere Posey, Paris Campbell, Benjamin Victor, Corey Brown.
Okay. All
I
right.
like them in that order, actually.
Do you remember mine?
Yeah, I'm going with Beanie on this one.
Yeah, because
Cool.
yours was pretty.
Duron Carter.
His evaluation of stuff
Hey,
was
man.
just
Relax.
just all off. Tight end, I obviously went Jeff Ironman, and you went.
Nick Vinette.
So who's get?
I like Hiram. I'm talking about in college.
Yeah, in college.
In college.
All right.
And then
Vinette probably had a better NFL career.
that's still up for
Okay.
discussion. Nonetheless.
Okay.
So we're going offensive line. My offensive lineman I took as my starting center. I got Jacoby Born. It's not the order in which I drafted him. I'm just giving you my lineup. Jacoby Born at center. I got 2 Remington Award winners at my guards. That's Billy Price and Pat Elfline. I got Jack Mehort as a tackle. I got Andrew Norwell, even though he's a guard, at another tackle.
That's strong.
I don't even want to call mine off.
Oh, you got to rattle off. Come on.
I got Justin Bourne, Brian Brownie, Corey Lindsey, Mike Adams, and Taylor Decker.
That's strong too, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
And well, you got to that wasn't the strongest, bro. I mean, he's making you feel good. All right, that's our offense. Our offense is set. So I think I win the offensive battle, man.
Yeah, you got an offensive battle.
I think I win this defensive battle.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
But we're going to switch the defense. On the defensive side of the ball.
Hey, you be the GM, I'll be the strength coach or something.
on the defensive side of the ball, my top pick on the defensive side was Chase Young. So I got Chase Young at one defensive lineman. My other top pick, and these guys were all in my top 5 picks. My other guy was Joey Bosa from my all-decade team. And then the inside, I took Adolphus Washington and I took Jonathan Hankins. So my defensive line is pretty good.
Yeah. On my defensive line, I got John Simon, Cam Hayward, Joey Bosa, and Sam Hubbard.
Yeah, I don't think it's close.
Bosa and Camp Hayward is pretty strong.
That's strong, right?
Come on.
That's strong.
I'll give this one to Boom.
Ooh, hey, I ain't gonna lie. You crazy. He crazy for that
He
one.
wants you to feel good.
Hey, I had to go with Beanie with that one because, I mean, if you get Chase and a Bosa brother both on the same line, that's just.
Nah, this is so our all-decade team. All-decade team.
Yeah.
All-decade team.
For the linebackers, man.
So our
I know I got
linebackers.
to beat on a linebacker.
So I don't know about this, man. You got some good guys there. But as my Mike, I'm going Joshua Perry in the middle, Darren Lee on the other outside, and Jerome Baker on the other side. Now, my outside linebackers, those dudes are phenomenal in terms of athletic ability, and there were times where we did see Darren Lee line up on the edge and rush the passer as well. So you got to account for him there. And you look at my defensive line, and I got Darren Lee coming off the edge as well. There's no way anybody's stopping me.
All right, I got Ryan Shazier, Raekwon McMillan, and Malik Harrison.
Where we at, Will? Well, where we at?
That's tough, man. I'm also, my kids went to Olin Tangent with Josh Perry.
Okay, so he might maybe leaning towards
All right.
that.
High school, he was
That's cool. That's cool. Y'all got a little connection there, but I got Shazier, Raekwon McMillan, and Malik Harrison. Thank you, Will.
I like Darren Lee.
Yeah, so yeah,
Beanie.
yeah, dude, I got the defensive line and the infrastructure already set for these athletic guys to be on the outside. Boom.
Let's go for these DBs. Come
All right,
on.
man, my DBs are insane. I got in my all-decade team for my DBs, I got Marshawn Lattimore at one quarter. I got a very underrated guy at the other corner. That's Chimity Chekwa. And at the safety position, I got a guy that a lot of you guys probably forgot about. But this dude was so freaking good, and that was Tyler Molar. Tyler Molar, about a Cincinnati Colerain, was a beast coming out. And then I got Christian Brown as my other safety. Now, there were other guys out there, but these are guys that I couldn't pick. So these were my secondary individuals who I thought was damn good
So you
in
ain't
their time at
confident
Ohio
about-
State.
You ain't. It sound like you ain't too confident about.
Oh, I'm
that.
very confident.
These are guys that I.
But you
there
watch
were some
Tyler
guys
Moore-
I couldn't pick.
There were
Well,
guys that
look,
were probably better, but I mean, Tyler Molar was pretty good.
So I got Denzel Ward, Gary and Conley, Von Bell, and Bradley Roby. Von Bell and Bradley Roby.
Off name recognition, you're probably there. That's a good secondary.
I'm gonna take Boom on this one.
Thank you.
That is a very good secondary, man. I can't slight you on that one. So at the punter position, I got Drew Chrisman. Drew Chrisman giving me the boot.
Yeah.
Boom, he went with somebody he knew in these situations.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't remember the kicker like that. I have to be
I took
honest.
Sean Nuremberger as a kicker.
I took
He took Devin Barclay. But well, you probably remember Devin. Devin was on the team in the back end, and Devin actually, I think he was playing soccer too for like the crew or some shit. Yeah. So it was crazy. So yeah, nonetheless.
So overall, you won.
Yeah,
Congratulations,
it's my
man.
all-decade team, man. I'm very proud of that. We had a very special show today. We were here at Homage, and we wanted to pay homage. We wanted to dive in on some of the top players and top coaches over the past 10 years here at the Ohio State University. We talked a little bit earlier how Ohio State hasn't been a team to experience that low. We may have had 1 or 2 years here and there, but nothing back-to-back to where we see some of these other universities taking cliff dives, essentially. We watched Texas take their cliff dive. We watched USC. We watched Alabama at some point do that. We watched Clemson finally decide to make a resurgence. We watched Notre Dame take a cliff dive. Ohio State has been the one school that I can't remember, and if I'm wrong, somebody please correct me, that have taken a nosedive like these other universities have had. You go back in the Coach Cooper years, yeah, you can say we didn't win a bunch versus Michigan, but he had some of the greatest teams assembled in Ohio State history through his tenure. So that's a wrap on Beanie and the Boom. We appreciate you guys. We appreciate how much for allowing us to be here. It was a great time. We had some great guests. We had some people just stop in and pop in and say hello. Greatly appreciate it. That's a wrap on Beanie and the Boom.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe below to get the latest videos from Lettermen Row.
We got Letterman Live, we've got the practice report, we got rapid reaction. Hey, and you know we got Buckeye Q with Zach Bourne.
For sure. We got recruiting breakdowns with Berm. We got whatever you need. Ohio State football and Ohio State athletics, we've got you covered here at Lettermen Row.